A normal queue with one end for entry and another end for exit we had. So one more is a circular queue. Circular queue. Just a minute, I have not recorded the meeting. ಶ್ರೇಣಿದೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Just a minute, pa. So not on the switched on the record meeting. Yeah, get started recording it. Okay. So one is a circular queue and another one is a normal queue we had, right? So what is difference between these two also we have learned in the previous class, and implementation of a normal queue and implementation of a circular queue. A basic description I have explained, right? So today we will go with one more concept called one more very important concept called a double-ended queue. This we have a laboratory program also. This double-ended queue what we have, that is a laboratory program is also there on this D-ended queue. How it works? So a single queue, we had one end called front and another end called a rear. One side entry and one side exit we are taking, right? One side entry through rear and one side exit through front, like that. A single and double side entry, but only one operation at a time was done in the single queue, that is SQ, right? In a single queue, only one at a time we have done. Whereas a circular queue, a last end, that is a rear end of a queue, is joined it to the front end of the queue so that it looks like a circular fashion where the elements can be inserted and deleted in a circular manner, right? So what about the double-ended queue here? In general, we have given it as double or a deck is a double-ended queue. Elements to be added or removed either of the ends. It allows elements to be added or removed at both the ends of the queue. Can you see the difference between the previous case and the present case there? So that's why I have written both circular, single, and DQ is represented here. This is called a DQ. So this back is nothing but rear. A back, what we have here is nothing but a rear. Okay. So here, push and pop, both push and pop, either we can insert the data or we can delete the data from any of the ends. That is the main significance of this double-ended queue. Whereas single-ended queue, inserting the data at what position? Inserting the data from where in the single queue? Yes. Inserting the data from rear end, deleting the data from front end of the queue, right? Here in this DQ, what we have here, double-ended queue, we can insert the data either from front end or from the rear end. We can delete the data either from front end or from the rear end. This is about a simple brief description of how DQ is represented. Okay. What are the types of DQ we have? What are the types of DQ we have? So these presentations I will share after the session. I think every session presentations are shared here. I don't know how many of you are going through that presentations as of now. Okay. So what is this types of DQ? in general. So here two different types we have. One is a input restricted and another one is output restricted. One is a input restricted and another one is a output restricted. So here elements can be inserted only at one end. Elements can be removed from both the ends. Elements inserted, so only rear end. Elements can be inserted and deleted from both the ends of a queue. So one end we can, that is insert and delete. We can do it in from one end. Here inserted only at rear end. Since rear end is used for insertion, so insertion is done only at rear end of the queue as per the first input restriction what we have here, right? Similarly, second input restriction is based on the output restricted DQ. Whereas in the output restricted DQ, how the elements are inserted or deleted. So front end, rear end. From the rear end, we can make both insert and delete. Front end only delete. So that is elements can be removed only one end. That is from front end only we can remove the elements, whereas in the rear end both insertion as well as a deletion can be taken place at one complete end called that is rear end, whereas from the front end only deletion we have to do. As I told, this DQ operates on two different criteria such that both the ends will be act as a insertion and deletion, that is including front as well as a rear end. So but there are some types of restrictions we have to be imposed on that. So what are that? One is input and another one is output restricted queues. So whereas in the input restricted queues, elements inserted only at one end, that is called a rear end, right? Elements are removed from both the ends, that is called a front end and rear end. That is deletion can be done from either front or through rear. So restriction access is taken care very seriously. So here first case input restricted, second case output restricted. Elements can be removed at only one end, either in the front end, whereas insertion and deletion can, that is insertion is done at both the ends. Okay, so this is about a double queue types, a brief description. So when we come back to the program implementation only, we will know how that elements are inserted. We will come to know. Okay, so is it clear the basic part? Is the basic part is clear? It's fine. So don't worry, I will take much of your time. So once the concept is completed, I will complete this. Don't worry. Okay? Fine. Please be attentive in the class. So DQ as a stack and queue. So double-ended queue, that is a double-ended queue what we have that as a stack and queue. So when insertion and deletion is made at same site. So consider a queue, insertion and deletion. So that is both insert as well as delete done at same end. So both insert and delete insert and delete done at same end of a queue, right? At that situation, we call it as a stack. What about as a queue? D-ended queue as a queue when the items are inserted at one end and removed at other end. It works like a what criterion? When items are inserted at one end and deleted at another end, what will be the criterion there? A general question. Queue. Yeah, queue we know. What is that queue? On what basis? FIFO. Yes, correct. So some students are active. Good. It's work like a FIFO, that is a first in, first out data structure, right? Whereas the stack is called, what about stack? Last in, first out data structure, right? So that DQ worked as both either first in, first out or last in, first out data structure. Okay, so this is about a basics of a data structure on DQs. Okay, what are the various operations performed on Q? This is about DQ, what I gave here. General operations performed on Q. A normal Q. Operations performed on Q. Yes? No reply? Only Kavya is replying in A section. B section somewhat okay, good. Prakriti, Prarthana, and so on. Okay, good. So insert, delete, and display. Right? So that is the three major operations that we performed on queues. What about here? Insert at back. Consider this is a queue. Front. Some books they will write it as rear end as a back end. Back end and the rear end both are same. Okay, so don't be confused there. So some books they will write it as a rear end as a back end of the queue. Both remains same. Okay, so insert element at back, insert element at front, delete element at front, delete element at rear, that is back. Right? So four major operations. All the four operations will contain all the four major operations what we have here is all these four will contain individual coding part. So coding part is nothing but checking the queue full, that is underflow or overflow of the queue conditions. Then if the queue is free, so insert the data into the queue either of the ends. So for that a small piece of codes we're going to explain here. Then when it comes to the laboratory program, there I'll explain completely what is the laboratory program. Okay, so these are the four major operations. So this is the representation. Insert front is an operation to push an element into the front of the queue. So that is nothing but to the front of the queue, yeah, pushing elements onto the queue. So that is adding the data. So inserting is nothing but a data that we need to insert onto the queue. So push 0. So if you insert the data 0, normally where we should insert earlier case by incrementing the rare. So previous case, how we are inserting the data by incrementing the rare and storing the data. Here, by incrementing the front end, we are storing the data. Don't be confused. Listen carefully. Here, by incrementing the front end, that is front plus plus, so we are storing the data onto the queue. Since insert front function we are using. So through front end of the queue, we need to insert the data here, right? From the rear end, it's not possible. Just once it is filled, the rear is positioned to the end of the queue. So then if you perform insertion operation for one more element onto the queue, at that time the front is incremented when we are using insert front. When we use another condition there, when we use another condition, here is a simple algorithm we have. So I think some students was asking about the algorithms. I don't know who is that. Morning yaar sir algorithm ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ. Yes. Algorithms for which you wanted, ma? Morning you were asking something about with the sir. Algorithm for pattern matching. Okay, fine. That I think we will share it. Don't worry. So even for this, yeah, got it. Fine. Thank you. So here, these algorithms, anything is there, you please ping the messages so that we will share the material. This recorded sessions, once I will download and share it on Saturday. The complete recorded sessions from the day one class, I'll put it into one complete drive. So because a individual drive, if I share the access, it will ask. One complete drive I will put in the drive link of the drive completely. I'll share it to you. People can go with the recorded sessions of the previous lectures what I have done. Okay, fine. Algorithm for inserting at the front, check whether the queue is full or not. R is equal to max minus 1 and front is equal to 0. If false, update the pointer as f is equal to f minus 1. So here we need to check whether rear is equal to maximum it has reached and front is equal to first option of the queue, right? So if this condition is true, then we have to check that. If false, update the pointer of f, that is a f we need to update. Then you have to insert an element into the queue. If true, directly we will insert the element onto the queue. If false, that condition what we are checking here, r is equal to maximum size minus 1 and a front is equal to 0. If that condition is false, we have to update the pointer of a front end. A front end pointer need to be updated. If not, if the condition whatever that we have written there is true, when the condition is true, directly we have to insert a element into the queue through front end, not through the rear end. Make sure that through front end only the queue you have to insert the element onto the queue, right? So is it clear that queue front? Have you cleared that queue front logic? Yes. So shall I go to the queue rare, that is queue backend? Okay. Yeah, just a minute. I'll go back. Next concept is insert at back end of the queue. Insert at back end of the queue is nothing but a rear end of the queue. So insert back is operation to be used. That is push element from the back of a D queue. That is double-ended queue. As we told that we need to insert the data from the back end of the queue. That is nothing but rear end of the queue. So that is here pushing an element into queue through a rear end. It's very important there. So be careful while writing the algorithms. So while writing the algorithm only you will get it. Start how to insert the data and how to delete the data. Here we have four different algorithms. First I will explain the algorithms, then I'll ask you to represent them in a C code. Okay. So this is a general data we have here. So general data, inserting the data from a rear end of the queue. So now you push 9, that is insert 9 into this queue. So at the rear end of the queue, that 9 will be inserted. That is the data 9 is inserted at the rear end of a queue. Okay, so that algorithmic part we will show that. See here, insert at rear end of the queue algorithm. A start is as usual common, the start and the stop. Check, check if the queue is full or not, as if a maximum size -1 and the front is equal to 0. Previous case what we have checked. Previous case what we have incremented there. So can you tell a previous algorithm? Yes, front. Some students are actively participating. Some I don't know what is happening for you people. Hmm? Front, correct. Front is equal to f -1. Here, can you see this? Here, can you see? If false, update the pointer of rear is equal to rear plus 1. Can you see this? Rear is equal to rear plus 1. Whereas in the front, f is equal to f -1 we are using, decrementing the front. Here, by incrementing the rear, we will going to insert the data into the doubly ended queue through a rear end, that is the back end. Rear end is also called as a back end of the queue. Okay, so here if the condition is true, directly we will insert the queue of R. What was the earlier element insertion index? Earlier where you are inserting the data, queue of what? F, that is queue of F. Earlier case, that is when you insert a data at the front end, we were using a Q of F. Okay, data inserting at the rear end, Q of R, that is back end of the Q. So these questions mainly, listen carefully, these questions mainly they will ask in your placement records, not in the semester. When you go to the 7th semester, during that time, when you go for the placements, definitely they will ask these questions. Inserting the data from different ends of the queue, give a simple algorithm. So may I make sure that please retain this all the copies of slides what I have shared to you. So when you go for the placement and so on, at the time it will be benefited more. Okay. So now removing the elements. So four algorithms. I'll wind it up with these algorithms. Hardly it takes another 20 minutes, not more than that. So be attentive. So here, removing the data from front end. So that is nothing but deleting the data from the front end of the queue. So removing data from front end of a queue. How we will delete. So if the data is deleted from front end, the consent element of the first element of the queue is popped out. So you can see the representation here. The first element is popped out of the queue. Okay. So we'll see the algorithm of this, how it is working. Make a note of it. I will ask the question at the end of how it is working. Just have a look onto it. What is happening here? So here, checking the QMT, if front is equal to rar. So if front is equal to rar, that is F is equal to R, checking the QMT, if S, Q is empty. If the condition is true, Q is empty. If false, update the pointer F plus 1. So, my question, while inserting the data at front, what you are doing, F plus 1 or F minus 1? F minus 1. So while inserting the data from the front, we are doing F minus 1. Here, F plus 1. So every condition will be remains the same. So you should be smart enough. One algorithm, if you learn, just the signatures, we need to change it in each and every algorithm based on the conditional criteria what it is given. The conditional criteria even given is removing from front end. While removing the data from the front end, once the data from the front end is removed, it has to increment, right? Can you see it in the previous slide? So it is incrementing, right? So from 0 to 1. So to the first position of the queue, it is got incremented. Yes or no, right? So then if F is equal to R, reset the pointer, F is equal to R is equal to minus 1. So this is for underflow of the queue condition. Here we need to update the pointer when deleting the element of a queue. So the next part is remove from the back end, that is nothing but a rear end of the queue. Removing the data from the back end is is a rear end of the queue. So here, what we are doing it? When we remove a data from the backend algorithm, can you look into it? When you insert the data from the rear end, that is the backend, what we are doing there? Update pointer, what we have done there, when you insert a yeah. So when you insert delete a data from the backend of the queue, so here rear is equal to r minus 1. So earlier case r plus 1 we are doing, here r minus 1. Once the data is deleted from back side of the queue, here from back side of the queue we need to come back. From the back side of the queue we need to decrement the pointer, right? So this is how this insert front, insert back, remove front and remove back. So are you cleared with this? Are you people cleared with this concept? Not at all getting reply. Yeah, fine, good. Okay. So if it is used, test whether DQ is empty or not. What we will use? Sure. What are the major applications of this DQ? What are the major applications in the DQ? Can you see that? Who is that yaar in between? Keep on joining, going out, disturbing the other students. Huh? It's left to them. So, what is the applications on DQ? A palindrome checker. So the palindrome checker, what we have, that is a major application on DQ, that is double-ended queue. So here add RADAR to the rear end, RADAR. Through rear end we have inserted, right? So remove from front or rear. So one. Again, what is left out here? ADA, right? Insert from both the ends. It's also possible, but through rear end we have inserted and deleted from both the ends. And left out data inside the queue is ADA. So again, if you delete A and A, palindrome checker. What do you mean by a palindrome? If the given string on the reverse of the string is equal, then we are going to tell that is palindrome, right? So to check that palindrome option, we are using this double-ended queues. That is one simple application where we apply a D-ended queue. And one more, a very good application is steel job scheduling algorithm. This is not there for your syllabus, but briefly I'll explain how it works. It implements a task of scheduling several processors, that is a multi-processor scheduling. So what do you mean by this multi-processor scheduling? Any idea about this multi-processor scheduling? Yes, reply fast. Multi-processor scheduling. Multi idea. Okay, fine. So this multi-processor scheduling is nothing but multiple processor systems. So when we have multiple processor systems sharing the resources and processing the data in the operating system, it will come this multi-process scheduling. There we have a lot of CPU scheduling, first come first serve, round robin, and shortest job first. So in that application oriented, this scheduling algorithm, we're going to implement that task scheduling for various processes. This processor gets first element from the DQ. When one processor completes execution of its own, then the threads it can steal the thread from another processor. When one processor completes execution of its own threads, it can steal the thread from another processor. Okay, it gets a last element from DQ and executes it. This is about a brief application of a double-ended queue, undo and redo of software applications. So that is also one point of double-ended queues, undo and redo operations, that is in the software applications. So various applications we will implement in that situation, we will call it as a double-ended queues. Okay. Any clarification is there in this concepts you can ask, and the 5 minutes of time I will give. So if no clarifications, I will go with the attendance section and we'll check it out. Okay. I'll break.
Everyone type US numbers. I'll take the attendance. Question 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 3, 4. Answer attendance 4, 5. Question 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I audible? Answer attendance 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 67, 68, 70, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Anyone present apart from this? 48 present, I am at. Yeah, 22, I am at. 44. What were you doing, man? Everyone sleeping. 67, yeah, marked. Next, 54, yeah, marked. 70, marked. 71, I marked. Okay, you can leave. Yeah, marked 72. Who have done, you can leave. 40.